Jesus in San Jose, California. Matthew here with freeprescriptionlenses.com, and with the help of my GoPro camera, I'm going to show you how I cut prescription lenses for your new Versace. Let me flip this thing over. Of course, you get the card of authenticity, you get all that stuff, the Italian leather, white leather Versace case, your Versace frame, your Versace cleaning cloth with a little Versace emblem. Hopefully my GoPro camera will show that. But I'm going to set that all over there. Of course, these are your Versaces. This is the model, and it comes with a little plastic sleeve on the temple to protect them from rubbing together during shipping. And you will be getting all the manufacturer's original packaging, by the way. But this is model number, this is the Versace 3173. The color is the GB1, which is the black and gold in the 56 eye size. Of course, these Versaces were made in Italy, and I'm about to cut them on my Italian machine. But this is your frame with the Versace plate on the temple there. And I do want to thank you for your patience. I know the website is still primitive. You asked if even though the Versaces weren't listed on the website, you asked if I could get them. I said yes. So here we are. I'm going to take out the original demo lenses. One of them says Versace. Let me go ahead and pop those out. And I'm going to put your frame into my $30,000 Santanelli. This is the LE1000 patternless edger. And the stylus is going to pop up and trace the shape of the left lens before moving over and tracing the shape of the right. Here at freeprescriptionlenses.com, where everyone loves a bargain and no one is disappointed with quality. You buy a genuine, authentic Versace frame and you receive free, clear, single vision prescription lenses. Or non-prescription fashion. There's a lot of people with vision insurance or flex dollars and they want to wear something really nice. Well, my receipt has my federal ID tax number, so you can get reimbursed from your insurance company or your flex dollars when you purchase from me. So I'm going to pull up the shape onto the computer. I'm going to put in your pupillary distance, which is 70. There we go. These are polycarbonate lenses being cut for a Xyle frame, which is an old school name for plastic. So your right eye is -3, -50 at 90. I'm going to spin the axis wheel of my Marco 101 lensometer to 90. I'm going to put the power drum on -3. Put your lens in and rotate it until the sphere power comes in clearly. Check your astigmatism correction. We are good to go there. I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses. They're too light for you to see, so I'm going to darken them. 1, 2, and 3, and this is the right lens. So let me put that there. I'm going to do the same thing now for your left lens. -2 1/4, -75 at 110. I'm going to put the axis wheel at 110. Put the power drum on -275. 225, excuse me, 225. There we go. Now I can see what I'm doing. Get everything lined up, put 3 dots on there, and we are good. Good. And this is the left lens. So this is a block, or as I like to say, Jenny from the block. And I need to attach this to the lens, so I need a double-sided adhesive sticker, and 3M makes them. So I'm going to take one of these stickers, put it onto the block, pull the tape away. And now what I'm looking into is just like the crosshairs of a scope. I have a vertical meridian and a horizontal one. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there is I want them lined up on the horizontal meridian, and the vertical one's going to go right through the optical center. But I'm going to put that into, get another sticker here. The black side is the sticky side. Stick that on the block, pull the tape away to make my side sticky, and then put that on there, and we are perfect. So I'm going to take your right lens. Let me check one thing. Put it into the chuck and hit start. And the first thing that's going to happen is the calipers are going to come down and they're going to trace the shape of the right side of your Versace frame to make sure the lens is large enough to fit. It's always starting with the rear surface closest to your eyelashes, which is the concave surface, before moving over and tracing the convex front surface of the lens. All the while measuring the thickness of the lens as it goes around to make sure to figure out where to place the bevels to fit the lens best inside the frame. Now the actual cutting wheel is down here on the bottom left. It's that lighter color wheel that's going to act like a heavy grit sandpaper to grind away your lens material till it's the final size. And this wheel in the center with that channel, that little valley, that's what's going to put the bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the frame. I will have to close the door in a moment, but for now I just want you to see as your lens touches down on the cutting wheel. So your lenses are made out of polycarb. Polycarb is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. It is also virtually unbreakable. It is bulletproof up to .22 caliber and has both UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin from overexposure, where your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin. So you have permanent sunscreen for your eyes. And in San Jose, California, it sounds like you get your own personal sun that follows you around. Now your lenses are also aspheric. Aspheric simply means not round. A spherical lens is round just like a fish eye, gives you that ugly fishbowl cosmetic appearance. Not only are these lenses thinner, but it's flatter, so you won't have that ugly fishbowl appearance. Now when you buy glasses from people online, they charge you for plastic lenses. And then if you want the thinner, lighter weight, unbreakable polycarb, you have to pay an upgrade for that. And then if you want the aspheric, flatter lenses, you have to pay an upgrade for that. So that is someone else's 3rd tier premium lens. You get that for free from me when you buy the frame. Now if you notice your lens is completely flat all the way around like a nickel, I could take it out and just stand up on the counter. Now it's actually getting the bevel put onto the lens. And if you notice, there is water running in the background, but polycarb cuts dry, where plastic and high index plastic cut wet. Now there are 2 water jets, one in the front and one in the rear, that's going to wash away this little optical debris for the last 20 seconds of the cutting cycle, which is now. Even though it's washing it away, I like to peel that off. It's fun. But once this is done, we'll take this out and we'll get it mounted into your frame. This is a long 20 seconds. So that is that. Let's take this out. Now I do want to dry your lens off so it's not slippery as I continue to work on it. And you still have some rough edges left over from the cutting cycle around your edges, so I'm going to use my handstone to smooth those out. This is what's known as the safety bevel. I literally have just melted, using that friction, I've melted away your rough edges, and I'm going to scrape all that off your lens. And I do this so much I've worn a V-shaped bevel into my thumbnail. So Jesus, you are the reason I cannot have a nice thumbnail there. But once it's all off your lens and onto the counter, I carefully collect it very neatly into one pile, and then I wipe it on the floor. Because it fools people when they come over, it makes it look like I've been working, so that's why I do it. So I'm going to tuck your lens in at the outside corner, and using my thumbs I press down at the nose. It snaps in perfectly, so let's go ahead and start cutting your left lens. I'm going to flip that over to L, which in Latin stands for not right. I think so, I never took Latin, but I'm just guessing. But just like before, the caliper is going to come down, but this time they're going to trace the shape of the left side of your frame to make sure it's going to fit in there. Always starting with the rear surface, the concave surface, before moving over and tracing the convex front surface. And that concludes your vocabulary lesson of the day. Now, your lenses have a different thickness going all the way around, so that's why it uses both sides of the calipers to measure the thickness, and the computer stores that in its brain to know exactly where to place the bevel so it'll fit best inside the frame and you have no edge thickness there. So we got that going for us. Now as soon as your left lens begins cutting, I'm going to keep working on your right. So I'm going to take this block off since it is no longer needed. Peel that sticker away. I want to dry everything off, and I'm going to put it back in my lensometer and spin the axis wheel back to 90. I'm going to put it in over that red dot, and I'm going to be reading -3. And check your astigmatism correction, and I'm getting -350. Now the unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. And starts at 0 and goes up in quarter increments. So 0, 0.25, 0.50, 0.75, 1, and so on. Your right eye is a -3, so you need 12 steps of correction for your nearsightedness, or your farsightedness. You are nearsighted. With your glasses off, you see great up close, but you need them for far away. So you need 12 steps of minification. Without your glasses on, everything is much too large. So this will minify down to the correct size. Now you need an additional 2 steps of astigmatism correction, and there is a stigma over the word astigmatism. It just means shape. It's like saying someone has straight hair, someone else has curly hair. You combine these two together, just like high school algebra, you add two minuses together, and that's how we end up with minus 350. Now, this last number is your astigmatism is what makes 6's and 8's or P's and F look alike. It is the fine-tune knob. This first number makes everything the correct size. The second number takes away fuzzy edges. It's like a fine-tune knob. And we're going to turn that fine-tune knob to 90 on a scale from 0 to 180, which is a straight line. We're going to stop halfway at 90. We could go all the way to 180. But these first two numbers are real values. This last number can be anywhere from 1 to 180. And again, we turn it to 90 for the right eye, and we're going to turn just past that 110 for the left. And your combined values for your left eye, you only need 9 steps of correction to get everything the correct size, but you need an additional 3 steps there. So your right eye needs a little bit more magnification, your left eye needs less. It is your better eye. So let me take your left lens out. What time is it now? It is 8:48 and 80 degrees in my hometown of Durham, North Carolina. So I'm going to put the safety bevel on there. Of course, I need to dry your lens off so I don't drop it with it being slippery. Use my thumbnail to scrape all that off, and then you know what's coming. Once it's on the counter, wipe it on the floor. So I'm going to turn the frame this way. I'm going to tuck your lens in at the outside corner using my thumbs. I press down. It fits in there perfectly. Take that block off. I do want to spin the axis wheel back to 110 for your left eye. I'm going to put that on 110. Hopefully you can see that through there. Put your frame in. We're measuring 2 1/4. Check your astigmatism correction. We end up with the final value of minus 3. So again, if someone owed you $2.25 and then they borrowed another 75 cents, they would owe you $3. We are getting 3. Now your pupillary distance is 70. So I'm going to take my PD stick and place it on your right lens next to my thumb. And then when we hold it up to the left lens, we're getting 70 millimeters. So that is cut perfectly. And one more thing I want to do before I ship to you is mention that when you get these in the mail and they're too loose or they're too tight, or more realistically, one side is higher than the other, that's because 80% of people have one ear that's higher than the other. And I'm no exception to that. I have one ear that's lower. How's that? I'll be different from everyone. But I'm going to get these in standard alignment, meaning a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. When I say wobble, again, I'm part of that 80% that when I press down on one of mine, they definitely wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. I press down, there is no wobble. I make sure that each temple overlaps perfectly, and they do, and the same amount of tension on each spring hinge, and there is. So that's that. If anyone has any questions about what I can or can't do, just email me at freeprescriptionlenses@gmail.com or simply click the contact me button on the website. Hey Zeus in San Jose, California. I hope you enjoyed watching as I cut prescription lenses for your Versace 3173. Is that it? I can't see it above my head. Yeah, 3173 color GB1 in the 56 eye size. And everyone else has got the chance to see how I bring that love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.